to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions.
CIB was a great place this way, that all the squads were there. All the young detectives knew each other.
Stop to consider what the position would be if it weren't for the men in blue, for the forces of law and order. New recruits arrive at the Redfern Police Depot, Sydney, to receive their training.
There used to be the lineup of crooks every morning, and all the detective sergeants from all the divisions had come in, and you knew everybody.
They were humble beginnings. The detective force came into being on March the 1st, 1862, with just 12 detectives.
Reminder of the lawless undercurrent surging beneath the surface of our everyday life. The gangster strikes, the basher claims another victim. No one is respected, not even women. Depressing, isn't it?
It wasn't until 1879 that they were officially classified as a branch of the New South Wales Police, investigating the occasional murder, highway robbery and petty theft. The most prevalent crime of the time was horse stealing. 1929 saw a complete reconstruction with specific squads formed.
The CIB was in Central Lane, and the bottom of the CIB was Central Police Station.
Many detectives were transferred to divisions across the metropolitan area, as well as to key country centres. Ex-pharmacy worker Bill Harris joined the force in 1938. After a stint in the mounted unit, he was transferred to the drug squad. There were only 2 investigators back then.
The main thing then, there was no illicit traffic like there is today. Heroin was legal. You could buy it in any Linctus or any cough Linctus for kids.
Drug work then is nothing like it is today.
It used to be forged prescriptions and drug addicts putting it over doctors and things like that. And our main thing was going around chemist shops and checking drug registers all over the state. Marijuana wasn't a problem.
Bill, in fact, was involved in the arrest of the first cannabis user.
Leonardo Bancroft was his name. He was an American Negro.
Bancroft beat the charge on a technicality over which part of the plant was smoked. So the drug squad grew their own plant to prove it didn't matter. We
got seed from the Federal Bureau of Narcotics in America and we grew it in the domain.
The law was changed and remains the same today.
Ray Kelly, famous detective after. He was Constable First Class when I went there. Jack Bateman, a famous detective too. He was a Constable First. Jack Fagan, Don Ferguson.
It was a different style of policing in those days.
Well, see, you had informants in those days, particularly the general duty detectives.
Ray Kelly had a mile of them. They helped catch notorious killer Chow Hayes.
Kelly told them to give himself up. He gave himself up, and he came in, and Kelly said, listen, I'm not going to talk too much about Chow, about this, that and the other, but this is the evidence. Yes, Mr. Kelly, I did that murder. That's the evidence, and that was the evidence, and he got convicted.
Bill himself made a memorable arrest. He was the first police officer to lock up a then young Lenny McPherson for speeding.
I got in there, what's your name? He said, you bloody know. And I said, I don't know, anyhow. And when we got in the back seat, he said, I can do you. And of course, I was playing football then. I mean, I said, yeah, you can turn it on if you like. I said, you know, but he didn't.
It was only when they arrived back at Central that Bill realised who he'd collared.
Jack Aldridge, Warren Lincoln Bar. They said, you know who you got? No, who was it? He said, that's Lenny McPherson. He's the chief suspect in the Cockatoo Dock hold-up. It was the biggest hold-up in that time, £12,000.
Then there was the day notorious criminal Darcy Dugan broke out of Central Court.
Darcy Dugan, he tried to escape when they had him before the court, and he was running down the passageway, and one of the detectives, when just about to shoot him, someone came round and he didn't shoot him and he got away.
They were wild times. Prostitution.
We used to have a hoodlum patrol out Friday and Saturday nights, and the CIB used to have pick men. You know, they'd go there and they'd eliminate a lot of trouble.
Blokes like Bumper Farrell had the answers, though.
Ray Kelly told me one time, he said they'd get rid of Bumper quick, but he said he knows all these prostitutes and he was responsible for about 18 or 20 murders solving them, getting information from these prostitutes.
I'd like to acknowledge the contribution to that video of the oldest detective here tonight, 91 years of age, Bill Harris. Well done, Bill.
For the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up. For the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions.
Is one of the oldest detectives in Australia, and he continues to be an inspiration to everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Specialty Act had its roots in the circus and vaudeville. The Tivoli boasted many great international acts, and indeed there were not too many more acclaimed than Thelma and Jack Harris, the remarkable Marvettes. Thelma and Jack retired from performance about 10 years ago. Since then, they have been actively involved in their teaching studio, passing on their talent to the younger generation. Harris, the Marvettes, still learning from each other, 75 and 73 years of age.
For the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up. For the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up. It's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the